And you're welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Dr. Ferdinand is still in the studio with us. And I was just wondering about the response, the feedback from other countries. Because in 1977, there was a major, appearance of so many countries all over Africa. So has it been that positive so far?
Well, we're even surprised that the rest of other African countries are more interested than Nigeria, because the story went round on how successful this event had been. And when we went to, I told you, we go for meetings in Pretoria, in Johannesburg, in Harare, in Addis Ababa, in Lusaka, everywhere. The next one will be in Nairobi, we're in Yaoundé. All of them are interested in coming together. Not just only Festac, its experience and beautiful reverberating styles, yes, but the fact that they also like Nigeria, because Nigeria has played an interesting role in fostering the economic and social development in Africa, particularly from the cultural angle. So the rest of other Africans, and of course our brothers in diaspora, are interested. You may even know that beyond this, even Japan, that had nothing to do with black history, has accepted to be part of, they are interested. Wow. China and the rest of them. So it is going to be part of, they are interested. Wow. China and the rest of them. So it is going to be a package like no other. Wow. And we expect that the rest of you will be part of it.
We expect that we would be a part of it. I mean, yeah, we just saw the package, and we saw the massive crowds at the stadiums, and 16,000 people, 56 African countries. Are we expecting something like that in November this year?
Yes, what they didn't even tell is 59 African countries and 6 other communities. And you know, we are expecting more than, that's why I'm telling you that this time around, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Asian countries, even Malaysia, Singapore, wow, because they said they want to be our friends, whether they are black or not, they are interested in this. And the synergy is so wonderful. But most importantly, many Nigerians want to keep off it, but it is necessary that they will know that it's a cardinal point of our economic revival. It is an important place of employment. It's an important place of growing, bringing the youths up. And there are many other things that are now springing up from the Festac program. For instance, next year, October to November, there is going to be another powerful world assemblage in Enugu, which they call the Enugu as a great city or world capital and dance, capital of music and dance. And the whole world, even the United Nations Secretary General is expected to be part of it. So the whole world is gearing up, coming to see Nigeria and be part of the beautiful epoch-making event. Wow. So I know you. I hope both of you know.
I'm already excited about it because I'm someone who has a background in the arts. So
that is
it's something that I definitely it's something I definitely would like to participate in. But let's talk about the economic impact now. Yes. We have all these countries, coming to Nigeria in November, and even internationally from Asia and the rest of them. What do you hope to achieve in terms of economic impact? No, and what do you want Nigerians to know specifically that
it's clear that when such assemblage of persons are here, they will eat, they will appreciate our people, they will go around and all that. Even by the purchase of groundnuts, yes, is a quantum of volumes of money for the rest of us. And well beyond that, our clothing patterns, our culture, every other thing we have here, they will be buying. It is no longer business as usual. In 1977, they were quartered. And you know, the Festac town was built. Festac town was born to accommodate our brothers in African diaspora. And it was a free program where they were fed and accommodated and the rest of them. This time around, the number of days they come, they will pay for their hotel bills. And it is a very important point, a cardinal point in our tourism experiences. And so it's going to be very wonderful. Wow. In terms of buying and selling, in terms of employment, in terms of social engineering, in terms of fostering the development of this sector. All of you are in the creative economy, both information, both dancing, what have you, and of course including those Nollywood stars that have made their rounds and a lot of noise across the country. They will be part of Nigeria's cultural parade when we start. It will be a very wonderful thing. So you have to be there.
All right. I have to ask, how can people, cultural groups, state governments, people that are watching now, how can they participate in this?
We've written letters to them.
Okay.
In short, many state governments, particularly those in ministries of information, culture, and tourism, had requested from us that it should have started earlier than now. But we are packaging and putting things together. So by November, they will start assembling in Lagos. Our takeoff point is Festac Town itself, because those are countries that participated are so nostalgic. Some of them, many of them are still alive and they want to come. So we want to grade Festac Town in zones. We are East Africa State, we are West Africa State, those of them from the Caribbean islands, those of them from Australia, the world assembled there. So they want to come and say, we've already told, we're into a meeting with the residents of Festac Town. Today by 12 noon, I'll still discuss further with them on their preparations, on how far they have gone in ensuring that that place will look so good and beautiful. Because Festac Town is no longer as wonderful as it was when in 1977 Obasanjo came with this beautiful idea. And I can tell you, Obasanjo himself is quite nostalgic. He's happy. When he was 80 years, we were there. We rolled out 40 drums to commemorate, to symbolize and signify this number of years which this man put an interesting idea on how to grow Nigerians and how to make our economy and economic and cultural development be better than most of our peers. And interestingly enough, he is willing and is coming to chair some of our programs. Wow. I was with him in Abeokuta, and he's very happy. He's dog-eared. So he's prepared to be part of it. So, my brother, I'm not sure of anything we've done in Buhari's regime that is going to be better or even to comparable with what we are going to do. Assembling the world here. Presidents of world will be here. During Obasanjo's 80th birthday, they also saw us, because there are people called Festac heroes. Obasanjo himself, Senator Dr. Amadu Ali, and the man they call Admiral Owope Fingesi, who was the president of Festac. Very interesting experience, and the whole world was there. The great of our greats were there in Abeokuta to witness and recognize this important contribution.
All right, so that's our friends. That's General Obasanjo. There you can see in one of the pictures.
He was more handsome then.
Back in 1977. Amazing. So I mean, this is sort of like a cultural reawakening, as it were. You know, all the cultures coming together. And you know, one of the things that I love about Africa and festivals and carnivals like this is the color. And the excitement that you see on people's faces and all of that. And this is what we're looking forward to. And we thank you for this.
This is the singular most important cultural event since the creation of man. Because there has never been any time when we were told that the whole of Europe, both East and West, or the whole of America, or even the Asia, assembled in one place to showcase their history, culture, and tendencies. It was done here in Nigeria, in Lagos, and we want the whole world to come again. And want every state government to be part of this. Otherwise, they will be out of our history.
Thank you so much for coming to the studio.
This has been like an awakening for us as well. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going straight to find out what the exercise routine is going to be today. And Mary is standing by with Dr. Billy.
Thank you very much, Yomi. Such an exciting new thing to learn. Good morning, and thank you for being a part of the show. Dr. Billy is here, and of course, is going to be giving us the day's exercise routine. So, what do you have for us today?
Okay, basically, you know, whenever you're dealing with the physical dimension, three things need to be in place, and that's fuel, movement, and recovery.
Fuel, movement, recovery.
And recovery, yeah. And because exercise falls under movement, you understand, you need to mix it up a bit because variety is the spice of life. So like I said, an exercise program needs to have aerobics, it needs to have resistance in it, and then it needs to have a flexibility component. So today we are going to do more of an aerobic component, okay? So we start out as usual with our warm-up. So today is going to be more like a dynamic warm-up from...
You're sounding like you've started the exercise already.
Yeah, exactly, because it's a flow, you know, it's in there, so it's just flowing.
You're already filled up.
I'm filled up.
Okay,
so
let's go.
Let's get going. So we're going to start from toe to head this time around. So because the body is organized in planes. The structural component of the body is more like a building, so there's an architecture to how the human body functions, okay? So in terms of biomechanics, you work out in planes. So you have the left side, the right side, you have the front side, you have the back side, you have the top, and then you have the bottom. Okay, so today we are starting from head to toe. So we're going to start with the dynamic warm-up. Okay, so we'll start with the neck area. We go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Side to side, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Diagonally, we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we go round and round. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We change it to the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Always balance things between left and right and back and front. Okay, so we're going to the shoulders now. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and 4. Forward now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Up and down, we're going 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to swing from the shoulders. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and 4. You balance it the other way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to the sides. We're going 1, 2, and 3, and 4. We repeat. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. We are going from down and up. That's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Then we are going 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so we are going from side to side now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're lifting now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and over. Okay, so right now we've done our dynamic warm-up, so your body is ready, set to go. So you can start to do the main session now. So basically we're going to start out with hopping in place. So if you have a skipping rope, you can do this with a skipping rope as well, so that your hands, your upper body and your lower body are involved in the exercise. But because there's no skipping rope, we're just going to hop in place. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4 more. We're going 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're using this as a breather, and it's a stretch. It's a mobile or dynamic stretch as well. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so we'll take it to another level right now, okay? So we can do high knees. 1, 2, 3. You're running on the speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so because our bodies are warmed up right now, you've broken a sweat, so you can take the liberty to take a minute or two to do a static stretch. So we do our usual stretch, hands to knees. 1, 2, 3, 4. You balance it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go down again. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now we're going to take it to the next level. This is more like gear 3 right now. So we are still doing a full body exercise, but we're going to be involving both the upper and the lower limbs at the same time. So we're going to start out with a set of mountain climbers. Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic. You know, when you were rolling your head, I was wondering, wouldn't you feel dizzy?
It takes getting used to, actually.
Okay, so for a first timer, it's likely you
can
feel a bit of dizziness.
Exactly.
And then for someone who has pain here, is that movement?
No, yeah, the movement in itself actually heals your pain. It massages your pain. Yeah, because whenever you feel pain in the body, it's because that part of the body hasn't moved. It's more like a go slow in the body.
That's a note to self. I need to do some things to release the go slow.
That's right.
Okay, that's Dr. Billy, thank you so much.
Thank you very
That's it on today's routine. Yomi and Titi. I hope you are dynamically warmed up in that couch. Well, we're going to go on this short break, and of course, we'll connect with Titi.
Welcome back. Our first performer is a passionate, smooth jazz saxophonist. Now, Tobi is going to be giving us a wake-up saxophone performance right now.
goodness, that must have taken so much energy.
Not really.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You must have mastered it for you not to use so much energy.
Yes, I'm playing for 10 years now.
10 years? Since you were about what age?
10.
Wow, fantastic. Fantastic. I'm so impressed. Oh my gosh. Look at you play. Look at you go. Ah, no, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Tobi. That was beautiful. I really enjoyed it. Well done. Okay, it was not only enjoyable, it's something I'm sure everyone at home enjoyed listening to. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to connect you back to Titi and Yomi right now. Thank you so much again, Tobi. Well done. How?
Wow. Doesn't it warm your heart when you see a young
Amazing.
person?
A young person like doing something so beautiful, and so soul-lifting.
And you know, we did say we're talking about a lot of arts and culture, and music is a big part of African culture, and
Yes,
she
it
seems
is.
to have a good handle on that one. So, when it comes to food, that's also a cultural aspect in Nigeria. But I'm not sure how cultural Miyonse is doing.
I don't understand.
Today,
he's
feels like
doing
some
hamburgers today. He's going to Italy
I
tomorrow.
don't know.
On Monday, he was in Mexico. Like, I don't understand.
Some names we can't pronounce. I don't know.
I want somebody to give me some akara, you know?
And begiri stuffs.
Yeah.
Akara and begiri. That didn't make sense, did it? Sorry. Apologies.
Well, let's find out what's going on in the kitchen with their hamburgers and whatever else they're making this morning.
Always cooking up
Akara and
my
begiri.
stuff. And I'm just munching on all the tomatoes.
Just been munching all the time. All the time, just been munching.
All right, so right, Miyonse, where are we?
Yeah. Okay. So we've cut the chicken into strips right now. We've added salt, Italian seasoning, and a little bit of black pepper. So what we're going to do is mix this up. So this is well seasoned.
With your hands?
Yes.
Okay.
Make sure you mix it up with your hands.
So I noticed that you put in the seasoning first.
Yes.
Is there a reason?
Eh?
Is there a reason?
The
Putting in the seasoning.
Yeah, you have to
First.
season the chicken. You know.
First, that was the
but-
first
yeah.
ingredient you put in the chicken.
Oh yes. You have to add seasoning to it to just so it has a taste. You could also in the flour you could also add paprika and cayenne pepper to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the seasoning generally doesn't do anything to. It doesn't matter what time you put it into whatever it is you're cooking.
No, it doesn't matter.
Because I hear that when the longer your seasoning stays in whatever it is you're
Well,
cooking,
for this purpose,
it goes
yeah.
in.
When you're making like a barbecue or you're trying to, we usually call that marinade, you know.
Oh yes, marinade.
Yeah, when you make a marinade, you immerse your protein into. So the longer it stays, the more it absorbs the marinade.
the ingredients.
So this is just like you're just seasoning, you know.
Okay.
So from this we add it to our egg wash.
Straight into the egg wash?
Yep.
Okay, so did you put anything in the eggs?
No.
Okay.
And we put it on the flour to coat it.
Did you put anything in the flour either?
Yeah, I added a bit of salt to it.
Okay. Salt to taste.
Yes, salt to taste. But you could also add your paprika, cayenne pepper, you know.
Paprika.
Yes.
Cayenne,
Paprika has a
cayenne
smoky,
pepper.
yeah, it has the smoky feel, you know. So it's going to give it a little bit of smokiness to your food. So
Okay, so in the absence of that, salt is fine.
salt is fine.
Okay.
Salt is fine. What I try to do as much as possible is reduce the number of ingredients, so it's easily replicated at home. You know, we don't want something that people start looking for.
Yeah, where's paprika?
You know, so if you don't have paprika at home, please feel free. Just make do with what you have, and we're just going to layer it that way.
Okay.
So
what does the flour do to the chicken?
it's at the end of the day, when you fry it, it gives it that crisp.
So you're looking for the crisp.
Yes.
And it has that,
Yeah, and we
that
could.
crunchy feel.
Yeah, we get all these wonderful ingredients from food store, Paypot food store. You know, yeah, they supply all these wonderful ingredients to us. So, yeah. So right now we are just coating. Our oil is on fire.
Yeah, the oil is heating up.
Yes. So we just keep coating this chicken, and when you're done coating, you just fry.
Okay. So for those of you who do not know, Miyonse has a phobia for frying.
Yes, I told her behind.
Yes.
Yeah, this happened when I was 10 years old. This is a scar I got.
Oh.
That was the first time I ever entered the kitchen. And I was 10 years old that time. And,
yeah, and that didn't deter
you
him
know.
from following through with his passion for cooking.
Should I tell you why do you know why I even entered the kitchen that day? I had a fight with my elder sister.
Oh,
You
your
know.
elder sister said, I'll catch you today.
And I was like, don't cook for me. Don't cook for me. I'll cook myself today. And she was just laughing at me. She was like, are you sure? I said, don't cook for me. Don't touch my food again. And I entered the kitchen, forming bad guy. I did not know what was going to happen that day.
Aww.
And I messed it up. And yes, this is the end of the story.
Wow. Well, glad you've healed.
Yes.
And you're still frying and still cooking.
Yes, I never knew I'd end up being a chef.
All right.
No.
All right. So while this is getting ready to go into the oil, right?
Yes, into the oil.
We'll hand over to you, Yomi and Titi.
Of course, we have Kemi standing by for the news update. Take it away, Kemi.
Thanks, Yomi. We begin in Osun State, where the remains of the late Saratu Aregbesola, the mother of Governor Rauf Aregbesola of Osun State, have been committed to mother earth. The governor's mother died in the early hours of Tuesday at age 85. She was buried in the evening in accordance with Islamic rites in Ilesha, Osun State. The chief imam of Oshogbo, Sheikh Musa Anima Shaun, led the burial prayers, and he described death as necessary and for all, and prayed for the repose of the deceased soul. Governor Aregbesola led other children to pay the last respects to the mother. Acting President Yomi Osinbajo has redeployed the chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Offences Commission, Eko Nta, to the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission. Professor Bolaji Owosanuye has now been appointed as the ICPC chairman with a renewable tenure of 5 years. He was part of the Professor Ite Sage-led Presidential Committee on Anti-Corruption. In the meantime, Acting President Osinbajo has also approved the setting up of a special presidential investigation panel for the recovery of public property. The special assistant to the president on prosecution, Okoye Obona Obla, was appointed as the chairman of the panel. Politics now. Leadership of the All Progressives Congress are calling for more inclusion of women in governance and politics. APC's national officer who supervised the mini convention held in Zamfara State said women should be included in line with the affirmative action stipulated by the United Nations. The mini convention was conducted in all the 14 local government areas in a peaceful manner. And the police have handed over the keys of the PDP Lagos office to the major party officials in line with the Supreme Court judgment that sacked the erstwhile national chairman Ali Modu Sharif. The Commissioner of Police, Fatai Owusheni, gave the keys to Olabode George and Aduke Meina, who are members of the party's Board of Trustees. Shego Adewale and Moshood Salvador have been laying claims to the chairmanship seat of the PDP in Lagos State even after the Supreme Court's verdict. George says all hands are now on deck to resolve the PDP crisis. That's the news this hour. Time now for sports.